Let's talk about how to react to bullying when it happens in front of you. My name is Olgun. I'm the senior instructor of Shuhari self-defense. I teach close quarters combat, self-protection and anti-bullying. This is the third video of our series. In the first two we spoke about physical and verbal bullying and how to deal with them. And now we will cover different roles people play in a bullying situation and how you can help someone when a bully targets them. Imagine a situation where a person is getting bullied. This could be verbal, physical, or both. And let's say the bully has two friends with him and the person being bullied is alone. And this is not an age-specific example. It could be happening to a child in a school or to an adult in a nightclub. Let's analyze in detail the different roles people play in this bullying scenario. Now, who do we have? Number one, we have the target, right? The person who's suffering from the abusive behavior. This person might lack the skill, self-belief, and confidence, and the backup to deal with the situation, and probably is feeling scared and overwhelmed. It's a terrible place to be. Number two, we have the main bully, right? The antagonist, the villain. This person is the main source of the conflict and bullying. What are the characteristics? Antisocial, has no empathy, no remorse, egotistical, aggressive, takes pleasure from causing pain and humiliation to another person. Number three, we have the assistant bully. Right? This person does not initiate the bullying, but joins the bullying started by someone else and generally follows and helps the main bully. This would be the type of person who would hold a target while the main bully is punching them, or stand behind the target to block their exit so they can't disengage. Four, the enabler. This person does not join directly in the bullying, but they support and encourage the behavior of the bully by laughing at their jokes and insults and normalizing the bullying behavior by being an audience to it. If you ever ask enablers why they were behaving this way, they might say something like, I didn't do anything, or it was just meant to be a bit fun. It's just like the bullies, the enablers are morally disengaged from what they are doing and they fail to see the importance of their contribution to the problem. In order to understand the impact of the enabler properly, we need to talk about the power of numbers. Most people are understandably hesitant when they're against the majority, even when the majority is clearly at fault. Fighting against many, being outnumbered, is no easy task. I'll give you an example. If you walk in a room and you see three people discussing how to steal stuff, pickpocketing others, how to break into houses, you might find it difficult to raise your voice just because you and your opinion on what's right is only 25% of the room. And if it kicks off, you're outnumbered physically too. It takes a special kind of person who has the confidence and the skill to look at all three in the eye and say, what part of it's not yours and you cannot take it away do you not understand? Right? Stop stealing. But fear of retaliation and the ability to deal with it stops a lot of people from standing up for what is right in the world. In our bullying scenario, even if the enabler is never going to get involved physically, the person getting bullied assumes they will and is making a choice of either fighting three or taking the abuse. This is why the effect of the enabler is so big. Five, we have the bystanders. This is a lesser form of enabling. The bystander sees someone getting bullied, doesn't support it actively, but also does nothing to stop it either, which supports the behavior passively. The bystander doesn't interfere because of indifference. They think, it's better someone else than me. I don't want to bring attention to myself. They think that they're neutral, but doing nothing isn't really neutral because bad behavior survives in an environment where it is not confronted. So you might say that the bystanders, to some degree, contribute to the continuity of bullying. The bystanders are the kind of people who would record someone getting bullied with their mobiles instead of helping them. Now, this could go two ways. If the footage is then used to prove that the bullying happened because it is taken to the head teacher or the police, etc., then it is useful. If it's uploaded on the internet to further humiliate the bullied person, then it is certainly becoming a part of the bullying. Now, our goal is to not be in any of the first five roles. We don't want to be the target, we don't want to be the bully or the assistant bully or the enabler or the bystander. So what should we be? There are three more options, right? So 6, passive defender. These people care, they're good, decent human beings, they want to help, but they don't have the courage and the skill to interfere directly. You can be a passive defender by getting help from a teacher or the bouncer in the nightclub or calling the police and telling the authorities what happened. As a passive defender, you can also comfort and support the person who's being bullied. being friendly to a person who's suffering will make them understand that they are not alone in this world. You can support them by listening to them, cheering them up, making them understand that they are liked and accepted as a person and they have value as a human being. 7, active defender. Now we're getting to the top of the list. These people are awesome. Injustice annoys them and they actually do something to right the wrongs of the world. You can be an active defender by verbally interfering and telling the bullies to stop it, right? So when you see bullying, if you shout, back off, or like, leave him alone, you're actively defending the target. You can remind the bullies and everyone else watching why bullying is unacceptable and why it will not be tolerated. In the previous video, we talked about verbal bullying, and I used an example where a person was making fun of what you're wearing. Let's use the same example. If the bully is making fun of someone's clothes, you as the active defender can say, I like their clothes. I don't see anything wrong with it. You can support the person being targeted by balancing the bully's view. Now remember this, every time you interfere, the world becomes slightly a better place. So your actions push back against the bully's efforts to create a culture where it is okay to bully. The more active defenders in a group, the less bullying. This is true for a school, it's true for an office, in a family, in a society. Next, 8, a champion. Someone who challenges the bully physically if necessary to stop them from hurting another human being who cannot easily defend themselves. So this is the person who would stand between the bully and the target. A person who would pull the bully off a target during a physical attack. These people are extremely rare. They have a positive impact on their environment with their character and their actions. They have a strong set of principles and a well-developed sense of morality and justice. They do not watch another person's dignity being crushed in front of them. They interfere. They're heroes. We're lucky to have them around. Now, if you're watching this video and thinking, yes, I'm going to be a champion and fight bullying and injustice wherever I see it, I mean, that's great, but before you order your cape, you need to remember that this is an earned position. It is always a good idea to develop the physical skill, the combative experience, and a confidence to interfere properly. Good intentions alone might not be enough. You need to become the person who can interfere safely. Your awareness, your assessment of the situation, your experience on self-defense and defending others is very, very important. Also, if you're getting bullied, banking on the help of a champion isn't always a good idea. They could simply not be there at the time, right? They could be in the next building or off sick that day. You should never delegate your protection to someone else. It's called self-protection, self-defense. The reason why we are talking about how to protect others is because not everyone is at the level where they can defend themselves easily. A bully can easily pick on a disabled person, right, who might find it very hard to deal with the bullying. 4 or 5 bullies might pick on just one person. Or even if it's one-on-one, the power imbalance between the bully and the bullied might be too much to handle. This is why we need to look after and help others who cannot yet defend themselves. The goal in all of this is to upgrade yourself. If you're a bystander, you can become a passive defender. It's very easy. If you are a passive defender, you can choose to be an active defender. And with enough training, you can grow into being a champion to others who need you. We've covered the different roles people can play in a bullying scenario, but I want you to understand that people are not fixed on their roles. A person can have multiple roles. It is possible for someone to be a target, a bystander, and a bully even in the same day. Someone who's being bullied at work, who then on the way home sees someone else getting bullied in a road rage incident and passes without interfering, and then bullying their partner when they get home is an example to this. You need to be honest with yourself about which role you are playing in different situations. Also, one thing that you can easily do is talk to your friends to find out if you ever are in a difficult situation, will they be a bystander, a passive defender, an active defender, or a champion? Are they going to panic and freeze, not knowing what to do, and then support you emotionally after the incident? Or will they stand up for you at the time of the bullying? Will they risk themselves for you and interfere to protect you? Also ask this. This is important. You've got to ask this to yourself about your friends, right? If they get bullied in front of you, how will you help them? To be honest, if we are not going to step up and help a friend when they are getting bullied, when will we? The weight of not helping a friend when they need us is very heavy. If you don't know what to do, then practice it. Role play. Like 3 close friends, one of you can pretend to be the bully and the other the bullied. So the third one can practice standing up and supporting a friend verbally and physically. Also, make sure you have a pact. Make sure you have friends that are allies, that are effective allies. Not just people that you spend time with who have the same interests. Make it clear that you will help each other. Promise them that you will help them when they need you and expect them to do exactly the same. We all need a solid support group in life. You don't need hundreds of people, only a few good ones you can really count on. Hope this video was useful. Share it with other people so the bystanders can learn to upgrade themselves. If you have anything you would like to ask or would like to share your story on bullying, please write it on the comment section. If you want to have some anti-bullying coaching with us online, let us know. Our contact details are in the video description. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Thank you.